Okay, so today's topic is OSPF special areas. And what are these OSPF special areas are? Anyone? Stub area, totally stub area, and NSSA, not so stubby area, and totally NSSA, totally not so stubby. Okay, so these are the special four different types of areas, and those are
Sir,
stub.
backbone area, sir.
What?
Backbone area 0.
Backbone area I already defined, I think. These are the special areas. There are two different types of areas which are backbone area and a regular area, which I already defined, I think. Backbone area where your area 0 is connected, regular area, excluding area 0, all are your regular area. Okay. These four are your special area types which we have not seen yet. Okay, and those are stub area, totally stub area, not so stubby area, and totally not so stubby area. Okay, so first one is what? What exactly the special areas? Special areas means they have specially designed in some conditions. They have specially designed in some conditions, or you can say, okay, let me draw topology for you guys. Now, if you will see in this, okay. So here it is, you have rerouting a protocol. Secondly, the two routers are configured with the area 10. That means they are in OSPF area 10. Third, area 0. The last, area 2. Okay. If you will see in area 20, I want to ask you guys how many different LSAs you are getting in area 20. What are the LSAs you are receiving in area 20? What are they? Answer me quickly. What are they? LSA type 1 is available in this area or not? LSA type 1. Is it there in this area or not? LSA type 1, router LSA. Router LSA will be flooded in this area or not? Quickly. Does router LSA will be there in this area or not? I want an answer from you guys. Quickly. Yes. Quickly, quickly. I am waiting for your answers. Yes, any answers? Hello? Am I audible?
LSA type, LSA 2.
LSA 1,
Is it true, sir?
LSA 2. LSA 1 will not be there. Is it?
LSA 1 and LSA 2.
LSA 1 and LSA 2. What about LSA 3? Will it be there or not? LSA 3, external routes or summary routes?
LSA 3 is summary routes.
Summary routes. So summary routes will be there or not?
There is a.
Are you dealing in this topology, are you dealing with multiple areas or not?
Yes, sir.
So what you guys are thinking? LSA type
LSA
3.
3 is there, sir.
What about LSA 4? LSA 4, LSA 4. In this topology, would you have a ASPR router?
No LSA 4.
No LSA 4. Why?
LSA 4 is for ASBR. That's for ASBR. For LSA 4.
LSA 4 will be there or not? Yes or no? Hello? Yes or no?
No LSA 4.
Why? No LSA 4. Why not? Why not?
Because it's not an ASBR router.
You don't have any ASBR router in this topology. Are you able to see my screen? Is there any ASBR? Is there any ASBR in this topology or not?
There is. The ASBR is connected to the RIP router. That's the ASBR.
That's the ASBR. Okay. Who will tell area 0 about the ASBR? Who will tell? Who will give the ASBR information to area 0 and area 20? Who will give that information? Type 4 LSA, brother. Okay, type 4 LSA, which is your ASBR summary LSA, which is used to advertise your ASBR information, which is used to advertise your ASBR information. Okay, so in area 20, there will be an type 4 LSA informing area 20 about the ASBR information, about the ASBR router ID. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, type 5 LSA. Type 5 LSA will be there or not?
There, sir.
There?
Yes, it will be there. It will be there because of the two different areas.
Very good. Okay. Okay. So in this area, in area 20, you will find type 1 LSA, type 2 LSA, type 3, type 4, type 5. Is it true? Is this statement is true? Or you will find type 1, type 2, 3, 4, 5 LSA, which I have defined over here? Is it true?
Yes, sir. It's true.
It's true. Okay. How you will find area type 2 LSA in this area? Can anyone explain me? How you will find a type 2 LSA in this area? Where exactly type 2 LSA is being used? Everywhere. Okay. Type 2 LSA is being used where you have DR and BDR. Okay. And where you will have DR and BDR? There. where you have a BMA network type. Okay, here we are using a point-to-point network. So in point-to-point network, type 2 LSA is not been flooded. Why? Because in point-to-point network, there is no concept of DR and BDR. Only DR is responsible to flood type 2 LSA. So how you will get a type 2 LSA in this topology or in this area? Type 2 LSA is been only flooded where you have DR and BDR, informing all the routers about your DR. Okay, this is your point-to-point network type. Here you won't find any type 2 LSA. Any doubt? So in this topology, you will only find a type 1 LSA because every router generated type 1 LSA for the area which it belongs to. Okay, type 3 LSA. Why? Because you are having a different areas. Type 4 LSA because you have ASBR in this topology. Type 5 LSA because you are connected with a different routing protocol, that is with RIP. Okay, so in this topology or in this area, you are going to find 4 different types of LSAs, which are type 1, type 3, type 4, and type 5. Okay, now you guys can assume how many different types of LSA this area is being receiving. This area is being receiving and resolving it and keep it in a topology table in OSPF database. Okay, to flood all those information or to restrict by flooding all those information, they came with a special area types which is known as what? Stub. What they are saying in stub, what we will do in stub is we will stop some of a LSA is being flooded. Some of the LSA which is being flooded. Okay, so now they came with like a stub area which stops your type 5 LSA is being flooded in this area. If you want, type 5 LSA will not be able to come in this area. Why? I am already busy in resolving type 1, type 3 and type 4 LSA. I don't want any type 5 LSA in my area. So they came up with a concept known as type stub area. Wherever you will configure any area as a stub area, any area as a stub area, in that area, type 5 LSA has been stopped. Type 5 LSA has been stopped. Okay. Now the thing is, if type 5 LSA is being stopped in this area, how you will receive the RIP routes then? If you are not able to receive the RIP routes, then how you will be able to reach the RIP routes? That is RIP networks. How is it possible? Okay. So what they say is whenever you configure any area as a stub area, in that area, that router will configure a single default route, pointing towards an ABR router, Using that ABR router, you will be able to reach the RIP routing protocols. You will be able to reach the RIP routing protocol. So what is the use of stub area? If you don't want any external routes to be flooded or type 5 LSA to be flooded in any area, make that area as a stub area. Make that area as a stub area. In that area, type 5 LSA is being restricted. Type 5 LSA is being restricted. If a type 5 LSA is been restricted, how you will reach external networks? So for that, stub area, router will create a default route pointing towards an ASBR router. Using that default route, your stub area router will be able to reach on external routing protocol networks. Got the point? Now what they have told? Okay, so you have stopped type 5 LSA in this area. Now what about the type 3, type 4 and type 1? So they are saying, we can do one more thing. We can also stop type 5 LSA, sorry, type 3 LSA. We can also stop type 3 LSA by making this area as a totally stub area. By making this area as totally stub. Now, what is the use of a totally stub area? Okay, in that totally stub area, what it says is type 5 LSA is already restricted. Type 5 LSA, which is already restricted using stub area concept. Once you will declare that area as a totally stub area, type 3 LSA is also restricted. Type 3 LSA, which is also being restricted. That means in this area, you won't find out any external route as well as OIA routes. OIA routes. You will only see is O routes, that is OSPF intra-area route. You won't find out any OIA route as well as OE routes, OSPF external routes. What you will be able to see is only OSPF intra-area routes. Got the points? So that is the concept of stub and totally stub. But before configuring any area as a stub or totally stub, you have to remind some of the points regarding stub and totally stub. Okay, so the points are that area should not be area 0, or you can say backbone area. That area should not be area 0 or backbone area. Okay, why? Because backbone area have a responsibility to exchange the routes, from one area to another area. If you will make that area as a stub area, what about the others? Okay, what about other routers or other area will get the information from where? Okay, so they have given you a guideline like you want or you can't create area 0 as a stub or totally stub. Okay, second point is no virtual link goes through that area. No virtual link goes through that area. No virtual link goes through that area. Okay, what is virtual link? That I will show. Third point is there should not be any ASBR router. There should not be an ASBR router. That means in area 20 you don't have any ASBR router, so you can make it as a stub area, you can make it as a total stub. Area 0, area 20 is not your backbone area. You can make area 20 as a backbone, stub area. Okay, in area 20 we are not passing any virtual link, so you can make that area as a stub or total stub. Area 0 you can't make. Area 10 you can't make. Why? Because in area 10 your ASBR is connected. Virtual link is not passing. It is not your backbone area. But the third point is what? ASBR. In that area your ASBR is connected, so you can't make that area as a stub or totally stub. But if suppose you want to make this area as a stub or like totally stub, so what is the solution? So they came up with a solution known as what? NSSF. not so stubby area, not so stubby area. Okay, in this area, ASBR is allowed. In this area, ASBR is allowed. ASBR is allowed. You can make your ASBR area as a NSSA. Okay, NSSA, which is very similar to Stub. Okay, what Stub does? Okay, Stub, which restricted your type 5 NSSA. Same NSSA will do. But where your NSSA will work? Where you have an ASBR router. Where your Stub will work? Where you don't have an ASBR router. Where you are following these guidelines. Okay. Second is what? Totally NSSA. Totally NSSA. Which is very similar to what? Which is very similar to what? Totally Stub. Which is very similar to totally Stub. It will additionally, it will also restrict your type 3 LSA as well. It will also restrict your type 3 LSA as well. Getting my point? NSSA, which will only restrict your type 5 LSA. Okay, totally NSSA, which will restrict type 5 as well as type 3 LSA as well. Okay, so these four are your special area types. Okay, which is used to reduce the flood of LSAs. The flood of LSA. Okay, now in area 20, if you will make this area is stub, you won't receive any type 5 LSA. If you will make that area as a totally stub, you won't receive any type 3 LSA. Now the LSA which you are receiving in this area is a type 1 and type. That's it. You can't make area 0 as any special area. Okay, because that is the area where all the routes are being exchanged. So you can't make that area as stub or totally stub. Got the point? Any doubt? Yes, any questions? Yes, any questions?
Yes. So
Yes, tell me.
So the last router receive type 1 and type 4. Type 4, is it because it has a direct route to the ASBR, or because
not the route to the ASBR? See, bro. I want to clear one doubt with you. Okay, type 4 LSA. What is the use of a type 4 LSA? Is a type 4 LSA exchange any routes? Is it?
No, type 4 is between two areas.
Is what? Come again?
Between two areas.
Type 4 LSA.
No, for another routing protocol like the RIP and OSPF.
No, bro. No. Okay, it is nothing like that. Okay, type 4 LSA is the LSA which is, okay, listen it carefully. Okay, and then if you have doubt, come again. Okay, type 4 LSA which is used to exchange the information of ASBR router ID. ASBR router ID. That's all. Okay, it is not going to exchange any routes, whether it is your summary routes, whether it is your OIA, OE, anything. It will only exchange the information of ASBR. That means, who is the ASBR in our topology? Who is the ASBR in our topology? That is the only information which is exchanged by type 4 LSA. Okay, your RIP information is being exchanged by type 5, not by type 4. Yes, tell me now. Godwill. I think the name is Godwill. Am I right?
Yes, please. It's fine. It's fine. It's clear.
It's fine. Okay.
Thank you.
Type 5. Type
yes, please.
5
It's fine.
LSA. Anyone asking something? Okay. Any doubt in this OSPF special areas?
Can you please do us a favor? If you could repeat quickly stubby and non-stubby. It's a bit confusing right now. Couldn't get the exact idea how exactly the stubby and non-stubby works and why we need these areas.
Okay. First of all, why we need this area? Why we need stub area or total stub area? Okay. Why we need?
And why we call them like stub and totally stub area? What exactly this thing is? It's really new to me right now.
Okay. So first of all, why we need stub and total stub? What is stub and total stub? It is a special areas which is there in OSPF. Okay. Now, why we need it? Okay, to restrict the flooding of LSS. To restrict the flooding of LSS. Okay, as we have seen in this area, how many different types of LSS we are receiving and resolving it. How many different types of LSA we are receiving it and resolving it. Okay, so there are total 4 different types of area. Sorry, there are total 4 different types of LSS which we are receiving. How many different types of LSS? 4. One is a type 1 LSA which every router generates. So we are also generating, we are also receiving, we are also resolving it and keeping it in our topology table. That is our database table in OSPF. Okay. Secondly, type 3 LSA. Why? Because we are dealing with multiple areas. So of course, type 3 LSA is being received. Type 4 LSA. Why? Because we have ASBR in our topology. So we are getting the information of ASBR with the type 4 LSA. Type 5 LSA. Our rerouting protocol is configured. So we are getting external network information with the type 5 LSA. Okay. So these 4 LSA which we are receiving in our area 20. Now, the thing is, we want to restrict some LSAs. Why? Because already we have so much of a burden. Because we are receiving multiple LSAs in this area.
Sir,
okay, so we have
not receiving type 2 LSA.
Type 2 LSA will not be there because type 2 LSA is been BMA topology. This is not BMA. This is point-to-point network. Okay.
No, sir, not getting.
Type 2 LSA, which is there in BMA network, BMA, broadcast multi-access network, where your DR and BDR is been elected.
Right.
Okay. There type DR is only responsible to send type 2 LSA, network LSA. Okay, this is your point-to-point network where you won't find any DR and BDR. There is no chances of broadcasting. There is no chances of higher number of neighborship. Okay, only 2 routers are connected back to back with each other. Means one router will create a neighbor with router 2 and 2 will create a neighbor with 1. That's all. In last session, I think I have defined you the BMA topology, how the things are happening between a multiple router when you have a BMA network type. Router 1 is flooding the information with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, 2 is flooding with 1, 3, 5, 4, 6, something. Okay, so in such a type of a network
for
type,
BMA network, sir, in that case for BMA network, there will be no stop and total stop.
No, totally. You can create if you have Okay, you can create. Okay, like I have to define in some different topology because this design is not for a BMA. There I will define. Okay. Stub and total stub, yes. Okay, so are you understand about why stub and total stub? Because we are receiving a multiple LSS in this area, so we have decided to restrict some of the LSS is being flooded in this area. To be flooded in this area, we want to restrict some of the LSS. So they came up with the concept of stub and total stub. So the first one is what? Stub. So what they say about stub? It restrict type 5 LSA to be flooded in this area. That means in this area you won't be able to receive any type of 5 LSA if you declare this area as a stub area. Got the point? Okay. Next, what it is saying? I want to restrict type 3 as well, which is not possible with stub. Which is not possible with stub. Why? Because stub features says it will only restrict type 5 LSA. So they came up with a second feature known as what? Totally stub. Completely stub. Completely stub. Totally stub means what? They will restrict type 3 as well as a type 5. Okay, so in this area you won't be able to receive any type 3 and a type 5 LSA. What you will receive is what? Only type 1 and a type 4. So that is the difference between stub and total stub. Stub means what? You won't be able to receive a type 5 LSA in that area. Okay. Total stub means what? You won't be able to receive a type 3 as well. Okay, type 5.
They will not get the type 3 and type 5 LSA. How they will communicate to external protocol?
Then, okay, so for that, they will create a default route automatically. You don't need to create it. Okay, they will create a default route. They will create a default route, okay, to reach on external network, to reach on external network. You don't want to create it manually. Once you will declare any area as stub or totally stub, okay, in that area the router will create a default route pointing towards the ABR router, pointing towards the ABR router. Got the point?
So if we are declaring area 20 as a stub area, then to be route to be configured in area 0 and area 10 also.
That to be configured in area
0 and 10.
Why?
If you are configuring area 20 default route in area 20, how it will come to RIP?
How it will communicate?
To RIP?
By creating a default route. The same thing I am saying. By creating a default route, it will reach on a rerouting protocol. You don't need to create any default route in area 0 and area 10. The stub area, you have defined to area 0, area 20, not to area 0, not to area 10. Okay, so who will create a default route to reach on a rerouting protocol? Only area 20 will create a default route, not area 0 and area 10. Why should area 0 and area 10? Do it and see how they will create and how they will reach. There is no need in area 0 and area 10. Area 0, which is completely converged in your OSPF. Area 10, which is completely converged with your OSPF. Then why should they need a default route to reach on a rerouting protocol? In area 20, you are restricting type 5 and type 3. So there you need a default route to reach on a RIP or to reach on area 10 or to reach on area 0. Because in area 20, area 0 information will also come with type 3 LSA. In area 20, the area 10 information will also come with type 3 LSA. And that's what you are restricting on your area border router here only. Okay, so that is the reason area 20 routers, whatever the router connected in area 20, they will create a default route to reach on area 0, to reach on area 10, and to reach on a rerouting a protocol network.
Means for each area, there will be one default route?
Same thing I am telling you. Why for each area? You are creating area 20 as a stub or totally stub. Why area 0 and area 10 will have a default route? Area 0, which is fully converged in your OSPF. Area 10, which is converged in your OSPF. Why they required a default route to reach over there? Only area 20 you are restricting type 5 and type 3. There you need a default route. Why should area 0 and area 10 will have a default route? Tell me.
But sir, area 20 traffic will pass through area 0 and area 10, na?
So in area 0 you have a routes. You have a routes in area 0. Why? Because you are not restricting a type 3 LSA or any LSA in area 0. You are not restricting any LSA. You have a route through an OSPF in area 0. You are not restricting anything in area 0. So
that means if we are directing the traffic from area 20 to area 0, then it will automatically pass the traffic to IP.
It will pass the traffic because it has a information. Through OSPF, they don't need any default route. They has the information with OSPF. You are restricting in area 20. So area 20 need a default or something. But area 0, area 10, they are converged with OSPF. That means they are getting a routes with OSPF. Why they need an area default route or something?
Got it.
Okay. From area 20, you will send a route in area 0. Area 0 already have a route with OSPF. They will forward it to area 10. Area 10, which already have a route with OSPF, they will forward it to rerouting protocol or whoever is there. Okay. So the difference between stub and totally stub is while you configure any area as stub, okay, in that area type 5 LSA is been restricted. Okay, once you will create any area as a totally stub, in that area type 5 and a type 3, both LSAs have been restricted. Okay. Similarly,
and
the other type is
this default route will be configured automatically by the router
automatically. Okay, pointing towards your ABR router, automatically. You don't need to create anything. You need to only define a router as a stub area for the area. Okay, don't need to create any default. You have to only, okay, see this router which is in area 20, this router which is in area 20, go on that router and come inside your router OSPF, whatever the OSPF is, okay, and say what area 10 stub. That's it. This is the command you have to run on those two routers which are the part of area 10. That's it. Got the point?
Got it.
Okay, as per stub and total stub, you can't make area 10 as an stub router, totally stub router. Okay, you can't make area 10 as a stub or totally stub. So for that, they came with some more special feature, which is known as what? NSSA. Not so stubby area, not so stubby area. This you can create in area 10 where you have an ASBR router as well. Okay, NSSA which is holding a same feature which stub has. It will also restrict your type 5 LS. Okay, totally NSSA which is having a same feature which totally stub has. Totally stub has. Okay, any doubt related to stub and totally stub?
So if NSSA and stub have same features, then we can apply NSSA for area 20 also and area 10 also.
No,
why not?
Okay.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Hello.
Sir, too low.
Hello. Is it clear? Hello.
Now it is clear.
Okay.
Yes, it's clear.
NSSA is only created where you have an ASBR router. In area 20, where there you have any ASBR router?
No.
In area 20, no. Okay. So this is the feature they have came with where you have only ASBR router. There only you can.
It will also the stop type 5 LS, na?
It will stop type 5 NSA, but what it will do? See here, what it will do. The main fund of NSSA, let me show you. Okay, if type 5 LSA is been restricted, from where type 5 LSA is coming and for what type 5 LSA is been coming? For the, is it? Okay.
Yes.
If type 5 LSA is been restricted over here only, then how area 0 will get? Then how area 20 will get? Okay. So what exactly it do? What exactly it do in NSSA is, okay, they will create type 5 LSA or they will convert type 5 LSA into what? Type 7 LSA. While defining the LSA, I told you type 7 is NSSA LSA. Which LSA? NSSA. Okay. So what it will do? It will convert your type 5 LSA into type 7 LSA and they will ask you, are you able to see any type 5 LSA? You will say no. There is no type 5 LSA. Instead of a type 5 LSA, what do you have? Type 7 LSA. Okay, so the ASBR will convert a type 5 LSA into 7 and ABR of that area will convert again type 7 into type 5 LSA and give it to whom? Area 0. And give it to whom? Area 20. So in area 0 and in area 20, you won't be able to see any changes. Only in area 10 where you have configured NSSA, what they will do, they will convert your type 5 LSA into type 7 LSA and they are saying there is no type 5 LSA. There is no type 5 LSA, but the thing is they have converted your type 5 LSA into 7. And again your ASBR router converting your type 7 LSA into type 5 and giving to whom? Area 0. Giving to whom? Area 2.
Okay,
Only one feature
there is
which is
LSF
good.
is there, na?
Huh?
Still LSF flooding is there in type 10.
LSA will be there. Still LSA will be there. So that is the reason we never use the concept of NSS. What is the use of? If you are removing a type 5 and instead of a type 5 you are putting a type 7 LSA, the same number of a process is running. Is it or not?
Yes,
the
sir.
same burden is there. The same thing is there. Only you are changing a name from a type 5 to type 7. Okay, in stub we are getting some like beneficiary feature. Is it? Some features
Yes.
we are getting, like we are stopping a type 5, we are stopping a type 3 LSA. But instead of stopping a type 5, what you are doing, you are converting into type 7. Then what is the use? Still we are having a LSA. Okay, so that is the reason we never use the NSSA in any topology. Just to learn this feature, I explained you. That's all.
Okay. After area 0, in area is converted from 7 to 5. Then for
7 to 5. 7 to 5 will be there.
Then for area
20, same. 5 will be there. What area 0 will give to area 10? Sorry, 20.
that same 5 converted, or it will be converted again.
No, where? In which area?
Area 0.
No. Come again.
From
What you
area
are
10,
asking?
it is converted type 5 to type 7. Then
Very
in
good.
area 0, is again converted from 7 to 5.
Very
Then
good.
for area 20.
5 for area 20 only. Area 25, not 7. You are not making area 20 as a NSSA area. If you are making that area as a stub, so no more type 5 LSE in that area.
Okay, okay. In that case, area 0 only receive type 5.
This case, only area 0 will receive the type 5 LSA, nothing else. Okay. Any doubt? Hello. Okay, so tomorrow we will see the practicals of this stub, total stub, and NSSA and total NSSA. Everyone will be there. Okay. Any doubt in this? Nothing?
No, sir. All clear. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Tomorrow same time we will see the practicals of stub, total stub, NSSA and total NSSA. I will show you. I will prepare the topology for you guys and we will do it practical. Okay. Thank you everyone.